Hey, Dustin Tibbetts, financial advisor here with Jazz Wealth. We're not going to use this today, so let's just put that out of the way. That'll help get this going. How's it going? Hey, we're financial advisors here at Jazz Wealth, and we work with your long-term investments. Could be retirement-based. You could be just investing for property or something in the future, or your kids, whatever it may be. We help you out with that. We do the investing for you, and all of our portfolios are right on our website, so you can check them out. They're, of course, expense-free, no cost to those, and I hope you'll check us out at jazzwealth.com. Okay, enough of the sales pitch. Let's get started. You know what happens a lot to me? People save money in their Roths, right? And so we're investing for them. They're putting some money away. And about this time of year, usually August, September, they go, yo, I put up to the limit in my Roth. What am I supposed to do now? Right? I put the $6,000 in there for this year, and I'm a young guy. I want to save more. I have other goals. Well, a lot of times it's the individual account. And a lot of people sort of shake off the individual account, and they go, no, I don't want to get taxed out the butt on these things. I go, well, this is sort of somewhere where we've been misled. People are scared of them because they don't know how they actually work. They're just a little bit more complicated than the traditional IRA or 401k or whatever. And so I just want to spend a few seconds here going through this with you, and then I will get out of your way. To do this, we're going to go over to the charts here. All right, in a taxable account, you owe tax on any of the gains. Now, the type of tax will vary. You can have anything you like in there. There's no rules or anything like that, but you need to know how the taxes work. So in a taxable account, you're going to have things that either appreciate in value, right? They may be paid a dividend, or let's say you had bonds in there. You put some bonds in there and they pay interest, right? So there are other ways you can make money, but let's just go through this here for this case here. So you've got different products in there. They either grow or lose value. They pay a dividend or they have interest. Now, you're either going to pay long-term capital gains, short-term capital gains, or you're going to pay ordinary income, let's say. So these are a couple different areas here. If we break it down like this, all of a sudden it's not so complicated, right? Here's how this works. If you own a stock and it appreciates in value, congrats, right? You bought something, you put $10,000 into Ford for some reason, and now it's worth $11,000. If it's been less than 1 year, you're going to owe short-term capital gains on the appreciation. You're not double taxed. A lot of people think this. I don't know where this came from, but a lot of people say, I don't want to be double taxed. I put in post-tax money. When it comes out, I got taxed on all that money again. Not true. You only pay tax on the growth. And that's sort of fair, right? Uncle Sam's just saying, look, if you make a few dollars, we just want our piece, and we want to break down and help you understand what their piece really is. So short-term capital gains are actually taxed at your ordinary income. So for example, if you're in the 22% tax bracket, you bought something, you put $10,000 in, you made $1,000, you owe $220 if you held it for less than 1 year. If you held it for greater than 1 year, then you're going to pay long-term capital gains, and most of you are going to owe 15%. If you happen to earn a ton of money, over $430-something thousand, then you're going to actually owe 20%. If you happen to be a single person, you earn less than like $39,500 or so, then you're going to owe nothing on long-term capital gains. But in general, if you hold a stock for more than a year and a day, you only owe 15% on the long-term capital gains, okay? So most people are going to be 15%. If you decide to day trade that thing and you make $1,000, awesome, good job. Took you a day to make $1,000. You're just going to owe whatever your tax rate is. So if you're in a 24% tax bracket, of course you get it. You're going to owe $240 on that thing, okay? So under no case here, when you have something that appreciates or depreciates in value, under no circumstance are you going to owe ordinary income tax just for the short-term capital gains. You get how that works, but that's the end of the deal, right? So that's it. If you buy something, or it doesn't matter if you buy a bond or whatever it is that you do, that's where you land on that one. Now, I'm a little distracted because I was thinking of something I wanted to include. I haven't included in other videos. These short-term capital gains can be offset by capital losses. So are you a day trader? Are you someone who actively trades and you buy something, you check in on it every couple weeks, and then maybe you sell it if it hits your target, or maybe it hits a stop loss? If you're racking up losses and you're racking up gains, those numbers work together. So you get to add up all your losses, add up all your gains. Those numbers together equal either, hopefully, I hope you make some money, right? And so you got a capital gain, you're going to owe taxes. If they're all short-term capital gains, capital losses, then they add up, and whatever the difference is, you will owe as ordinary income. If for some reason they add up to a loss, you had a rough year and you lost like $5,000, you can actually use that on your tax return. You can't put it all on there, but you can, let's say you lost $10,000, I think it's $3,000 that you can use on your tax return, and the IRS will say, hey, the rest of it, we'll just carry it over to next year. And the rest of it, we'll carry it over to next year. So you actually get to use that. Don't just think like, oh, I'm going to pay all this money on gains. You're not going to win on every trade. You know that, right? You got it. Okay, here we go. Stocks that pay dividends. So if you have dividends in a stock, even if you reinvest them, if the stock pays the dividend, you are going to owe ordinary income tax. Could be capital gains. It just depends on what type of dividend it is, qualified or non-qualified dividend, okay? So even if they pay it to you and you do not take the money, you put it back in a stock, you're still going to owe either ordinary income or you're going to owe some kind of capital gains. Like I said, it depends on the type of the dividend that you get paid. You can look on box 1A and 1B of your 1099 div, and you can see the difference in there if that helps you on that case. Now, if you have interest, bond interest, let's say it's bond interest, well, you're taxed at ordinary income there. So you're going to pay ordinary income. You want to think about that. It may not make sense for you to have bonds in an individual account. I get it. People want to make their own decisions, but you may want to think about that, right? Because you're going to pay ordinary income. What happens? You're making some money, you're doing well, maybe you're actively trading over here, and now all of a sudden you're taxed in the 24% bracket, right? Your marginal tax rate. You don't get to say, well, I was at 24 and I got to take some discount credits and things like that, and so my effective tax rate is whatever. No, it's your marginal tax rate. So if you're in the 24% tax bracket, you make $1,000 in interest for some reason on bonds, you're going to owe $240, okay? So that's how that one works. Now, what else did I want to cover? Did I cover everything on that one? Oh, with the dividends. So the biggest thing I want you guys to know is that those dividends, of course, when they're paid to you, the IRS says, well, you got paid, we want to get paid. We don't care if you didn't take the money and physically go spend it at Chipotle. We just know that you got paid the money, we want to get our money. Now, as you're going through on this, a lot of people in an individual account, they do this so wrong. Stay with me here. This is a big one. They look at their account and they go, I'm a long-term investor, right? Some time passes where they're using some sort of automated service and they go, you know what? Click rebalance. I wanted to have so much of each thing and it's a little out of whack. Rebalance. Don't do that, right? Think about it. When you rebalance, it means that you made money in something and maybe you lost some money over here and so your portfolio is out of whack. Well, by rebalancing, you're selling the winners and putting them into the losers. You just volunteered a capital gain. Maybe long-term, maybe short-term. We don't know what it is, but you just volunteered a capital gain. Instead, I want you guys to look at it this way. If your portfolio gets a little out of whack, consider using the dividends from this, and instead of reinvesting them in your winners, invest the dividends in your losers. That'll help bring your portfolio, maybe not a lot, but it's going to bring it back in balance. So that's probably the biggest tip of this thing. I see people do this all the time. Dustin, should I rebalance this thing? No, you got dividends coming in. Let's take these dividends, put them over here, and that to help rebalance a little bit if you could. So I hope this helps. Just wanted to come to you real quick. I'm sure I said something wrong. If I did, you can bash me in the comments section. But if I did well by you today, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button, you'll hit the thumbs up button, whatever does it for you. If you do that for us, that really does it for us. We would like that one there. Hey, and come back later. We'll do the closing beat. 5 o'clock Eastern every day. It's a live stock market update show. We just sort of go over what happened, share with you all the interesting things, and you're welcome to ask questions there as you like. We'll be back later today. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you later.
Why should you choose Jazz Wealth as your retirement or long-term investing service? Our portfolios are managed by us, not some faceless mutual fund manager. Our private classes will teach you everything about investing and getting your dough straight. Best of all, our fiduciary standard means your best interest comes before ours.